Hello there, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me today. Right, we're back in Pine Valley Zoo and we are going to be working over on our cave system today. So I started this at the end of the last episode. We've got a couple of restaurants out the front. We have a twisting pathway that comes through here. You can then walk around this way, or if you want to, you can go through our new bat exhibit, which is really cool. I love the bats. They're very small, so I'm going to have to put a load more of them in because they are tiny. Look at that little thing. You can barely see them, but they're very cool. I obviously need to decorate quite a lot in there. And as you walk through there, you then come out the other side, join back onto the pathway again. So really cool, but lots and lots to do. Now what I'm going to do first, I want to create the entrance out here. And I've got an idea, and I'm going to try it. And it's probably going to end in utter disaster. But I'm going to try it anyway. So what I want to do, I want to make like a big archway here as an entrance, but I want it to be an archway that not only arches upwards but arches front to back as well, if that makes sense. Now I've not really done this before and I don't know what I want to use to create it. I need a small piece of wood, probably something like this actually might look kind of cool. I think I want the angle snap on. Let's try this. Let's just start building. It's often when I try new things, often the best thing you can do is just start building and see what happens. So yeah, so I want it to be curving that way, but I also want it to curve that way. I don't know how drastic I want the curve or the straights to be though until I really start going. So I guess all I can do is sort of get going and see what happens. I think if I start curving them by 5 degrees every time, it might end up with them being a bit too small, but let's keep going. Often when I try new things like this, they just don't work. It's very time consuming as well, but if you get things like this right, it can look really, really nice. So I think this is probably a bit too small, but do you know what? I'm going to persevere with it and see what it ends up looking like. Because it may be that I have like a double arch or something instead. What are we thinking here? In fact, it may even be that I get to that stage and then I just continue it and just bring it down. Let's just have a look at that. Let's see what it looks like. Actually, do you know what I haven't done? I haven't linked these together. Let's get that done first. Otherwise, I'm going to end up with too many pieces to click on. Okay, let's just... Oh, really? Okay, one at a time it is then. Okay. How big are we so far? So I'm just trying to picture whether I can stretch this. I want it to be from here to here roughly. And I fear that I may have miscalculated that. I'm just trying to picture if it comes down this side as well. Yeah. No. I don't think these ones are quite right. I think I need to do it from this one. Of course, even if I get the archway right, I'm not sure what's going to happen behind it yet. We shall have to wait and see. How is that looking? Yeah, see that's looking a bit better. I think I need it going right to the ground because I got that to about the right height I think to start with. Right, let's go with that, and now let's try and duplicate that on the other side if I can remember how I did it. So out to there, and then it's not going to do it, is it? Because it's doing it at the wrong. Hang on, what do I need to do? I need to I need to flip that way, don't I? So that the axis is pivoting at the right end. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so now I can go one that way and one that way. Excellent, there we go. There's a solution to every problem. And I tend to create problems as I go along. Okay, one that way and one that way. And then one that way and one that way. And is that the one? That is the one. I'm liking the look of it so far, so this might end up looking good. I just hope I've got it spaced right. But if not, I'll find a way of using it. Because yeah, it's a cool shape. So it is pretty much what I had in mind. It's very hard to do curves in this game, especially when you can't use the angle snap, because it's very hard to get things mirrored properly. I think I just need one more there, don't I? Okay, what do we think? I do like that. See, so what I'm then thinking is bring it down into the ground, bring it back to here. Let's get rid of the old angle snap, and then somehow it's not quite. Yeah, I'll tell you what, I do like this. I wonder if I can, yeah, see, I can maneuver these so that the pathways aren't clashing quite so much. Although actually it's messed up that bit there now, isn't it? Ah, that's frustrating. Hang on, so if that's not there at all, yeah, so that's angled wrong. Okay, hang on, let's think about this. I like that as an entrance. I just think it looks cool. Obviously the idea is that this will then be covered as well. That's my thinking, is that I'll build backwards from there. So obviously I can't have this coming into here. That's too shallow, isn't it? Let's move this one first and see if this works. Yeah, so I can maneuver it right into there. I can then do hopefully this sort of something similar with this one. Okay, that's cool. Now let's just see if I can actually get this about where I want it. Something like that. Let's just bring that down a touch. Okay, what do we think? Yeah, I like the look of that. So how do I fill in the gaps? That's the tricky bit. Let's come into this. I've got to build outwards from it, basically. So I'm thinking if I come into here and go with, whoops, let's go with lime. See what I can find. There should be some off-grid pieces in here that I can use. Let's just align it to surface first. Let's get the old angle snap back on. So essentially what I want to do is that. Right, let me just count how many that was. So that's flat. So it's 1, 2, 3 going back like that. I think that looks good. And then if I just sink that in a tiny bit, let's just get this lined up with the front. Is that, why is that at a slightly dodgy angle? Hang on, let me try that again. I don't think, that's interesting. It's not quite lining up properly, is it? Yeah, it goes at a weird angle. That's very strange. Right, maybe get the angle snap off so that I can line this up this way. And then I'll put the angle snap back on. Okay, that looks good. Angle snap back on to get it 1, 2, 3. Let's bring that right up to this edge. Get it lined up well. That looks good at the back as well. And then let's let's go right down to the floor, and let's build upwards and see what it looks like. This could be awful, but I don't know. You don't know if you don't try. Whoops, didn't actually place that piece. Let's try that. This will be a bit trickier here, but I think I can do something there. Not entirely sure how to get that top bit looking good. I'll worry about that in a minute. First, let's just fill the rest of this in and see what I think. Why didn't that build? Okay, I'll probably pull the land a little bit there. Okay, let's just duplicate this on the other side and see what we think. So once more, I want it on here. Let's get it lined up. And get the angle snap back on. And then it's 1, 2, 3. Let's bring it in so that it's in line with the front. Look at that, perfect. Okay, down to the ground. Of course, I can change the colours of these line pieces so that, you know, the white might not look so good, but we shall see. Okay, let's fill the rest of this in. I may well cover some of this up anyway, but let's do this for now and then decide what we're doing. Well, it certainly looks like an entrance at least, doesn't it? Right, now how can I get this bit looking good? There are some small pieces here. Just not sure if it will work with the corner, because they're not gonna line up very well, are they? I don't think. This is what I need. I need it to be, yeah, so you're going to end up with this sort of thing going on. Not much I can do about that. It's not going to look good like that, is it? So let's have a think. You know, I could just, let's just have a play with the terrain here. If I bring this right down and the intensity, can I just manipulate the land to kind of cover this corner a little bit? It's not quite coming down where I need it to there, is it? I need it. It's very tricky to maneuver land in the right way. Never quite behaves how you want it to, does it? Kind of need to smooth some bits off there. I certainly need to pull it in over here so I can at least get that done. I don't mind it being a bit cavey here, but not too much. Actually, I just, yeah, that's fine. Just pull it in a bit over here. Yeah, I think that probably is a bit too far actually in there. It's not terrible, but just, there we go, just bring it in a little bit more. I guess maybe I need to come under here a bit more. This is always the hardest bit of the game for me, is bits like this. See, I don't want any of that wood actually covered up. Right, I'll tell you what, let's see. If I can just sort of create like a, yeah, see that's what I needed, wasn't it? Just like a double layer bit at the top there, kind of thicken the whole thing up a bit. Yeah, that looks cool. Tell you what, actually, maybe I need that on the whole thing. Let me just try the rest of this getting doubled up as well. Okay, it's not going to quite let me select that last piece, which is really annoying. Let's just try this, see what it looks like. Really odd that it doesn't let me select certain pieces. Let's just line this up with the other ones. Actually, it does look pretty good as a double thing, doesn't it? Yeah, I do quite like that. So let's just bring this down underground like that, and over here. Okay, what do we think of that? I think I just need to push this bit of land back again, really gentle, like 10%. That's all I need. I just need to really carefully uncover that top piece just there. Great, so there we go. There, look at that. Beautiful. Well, it's different, isn't it? Not entirely sure what I'm doing on these side pieces yet. Actually, I might just pull this in a little bit here. I don't need it to look symmetrical, but I just feel like that just needs a bit of an overhang, maybe the same as this side. Not too much. Let's just increase these a little bit. Yeah, just that little hint, I think, like that of an overhang. Yeah, there we go. Right, so these obviously they're a bit plain. I need to do something to them, but I'm not sure what yet. But I do like that as an entrance. I do think that looks pretty cool. Obviously going to have to do some building work inside here to get these restaurants looking a bit more covered up. Let's do that first. Let's just keep going and see where we end up. So let's get this selected. So what do I want these to be covered with? I think bricks. I've not done bricks yet, and I do love the look of the bricks. Let's see what it looks like if we... Oh, why does it do that? I've selected you. Come on. There we go. Right. Let's try and kind of blend these in some way. I don't want them to just look like little squares. I want them to look like they're blended right into the land a bit more. So, you know, this sort of thing. Now this side, I wonder if these will work. Yeah, so I've kind of got that angle just about spot on there, really. I can't do much else with that. But what I will also do is go upwards. And let me just get that on and see if that's... Yeah, it's just poking out the top there. Let's get... hang on, let's get this one in at least. Right, let's just get rid of that. and get the smaller piece in there. Always tricky building underground. Okay, that's cool. And then I can pull the land down a bit here. I can't do much here though, really, can I? Or can I? I probably can, because you've got these off-grid pieces as well. So I could kind of create an edge using them. Let's see, let's line them up. No, hang on, that's aligned to the wrong thing. I want it aligned to this. Yeah, like that. I'm not sure how this looks. Obviously the bricks are going in the wrong direction, aren't they? But it might work if I can just... Yeah, see the angle is a bit wrong. I probably did want them aligned to the other one, but that's fine actually. If I turn off the angle snap and just play around with it and get it aligned up to that, then bring it down into the ground, and then let's just put it in place and see what we think. I can always hide it a bit if I don't like the look of it. I can sort of create a trim or something. I just like the idea of it being completely built in there. No, I think that's fine actually. I think I can get away with that. Let's just see actually. Can I get one of these up here without it? Let's see, that will show through, won't it? Yeah, that shows through. So no is the answer to that. Right, let's just see about pulling this in. Let's shrink this right down. Just pull that in to cover this little gap just here. Come on. You know you want to be my friend. Never quite goes where you want it to when you're manipulating land, does it? That's fine, there we go. Yeah, so that looks nice. It kind of looks like it's all one structure, so that, and then I can do the same on this side, I think. I really like that actually. I think that looks really nice as an entrance. Right, let's do the same over on this side. Yeah, let me know what you think of this sort of thing. It's always fun coming up with these new creative ideas, you know, especially when it works. Obviously, if it doesn't work, it's a nightmare. But that's going to be too tall, isn't it? Oh, that just shows through. Actually, no. Do you know what? I'll leave that. I can pull the land on that, so that'll be fine. Let's get that one in there, and I can pull the land there as well. Make that look good. Excellent. Now, can I get one of these on the side here? I can. And then I can get this piece. Hang on, let's get the angle snap on first. Let's get it aligned up to this one like that. Let's push it in to the right level, then it needs to go out, and it's not, I might even get away with this one. Yeah, that's fine as long as it's not showing through on this side. Let's try this. Yeah, I think this is going to look really nice actually. Yeah, I can fit one more there. Make sure nothing's showing through. No, it's not good. I just needed to just pull that land there, just to cover that up. There we go. Excellent. Look at that. It's looking really nice and solid now, that is, as an entrance, isn't it? Still an awful lot to think about though, because I want a sign somewhere. I want this to be the creepy crawly cave. So I may well put one of those signs like on the side of this in the big bold letters. Let's have a look at that now actually while I'm thinking about it. So you've got all sorts of different letters. I want the big 3D ones, not the giant ones. I think, yeah, these I think this is as small as it gets. You've got 3D and then you've got these sort of flat. These are the large ones here. We don't want the large, we want the normal sized. Okay, let's go with a nice green. Let's just start building and see where we end up. So these are going to be the creepy crawly caves. I think that's quite a relevant sort of name for them. I do like these letters. I wish there were more letters in the game. I do find they're a bit limiting. They're a bit cartoony, which is fine sometimes, but sometimes you just need something a bit less cartoony. I can always move them later on if I'm not happy, but for now let's just keep going with this. Creepy Crawly. Of course it helps if you can spell. Let's just make sure I get that right. Creepy crawl. Yeah, creepy crawly. Back to C. And of course you have to, if these signs are not flat against a wall, if you want them standing up, you have to either just have them floating in midair or do something to make it look like they're all connected in some way, which can be a bit of a pain. I know in the past I've just let them float in the air and it looks fine. You can't really tell. I probably won't do that this time, but let's find out. Creepy crawly caves, right. So let's just highlight. Actually, can I just... Yes, good. Right, let's highlight that lot. Okay. Now, one thing I often do with these, and I don't know if this is going to work, but let's just try this. You can make them look a bit 3D. If you bring them forwards, move them a bit to the side, and then a little bit down. And you can also then just change the color, not like that, sort of like that, and then see that makes a bit more of a 3D look, which I do like, I have to say. Okay, let's try it. Let's put them up into place and we'll see what it looks like. So this is kind of what I had in mind, something like that. Whoops, wrong way. The creepy crawly caves. What do we think? I think that could look pretty good, actually. Like I said, I need to make it look like they're actually not hovering in the air, which isn't so easy. Let's see if I take them right back so that the caves bit is actually touching, and then I can. No, I think they need to be a bit lower down. See, now I'm going to have the problem of them overhanging. There we go. Let's just see what that looks like. I like that. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. I might just push this bit of land back a little bit there, just to give it a little bit more space around that first C. Yeah, that's nice. Oh, I'm happy with that. So what I'll probably use are these rod pieces. So if you come in here and put in rod, so you get these nice thin metal poles. And this is what I've often used before. If you get these coloured, in this case I'll probably do them white so that they match the background and they'll kind of blend in a bit. But the idea is this is just a touch of realism basically, so that it doesn't look like all your stuff is just floating. So the idea is you line it up with the words and you have them kind of going through it like that. Probably a bit further back, so get it through that back one like that. Bring it all the way through so it looks like it's connecting them all up. Then bring it up to there and do the same. Might just go with the smaller one here actually, and maybe a little bit lower down actually, like that. Actually maybe even, yeah, let's try it just there. Let's bring it through to there, and then of course you need connections up and down as well. That one's quite good because it goes right down into that C, which is nice, and then you can do one on the Y going down to there. Okay, what do we think? Just that little touch of realism actually makes it look like a solid structure, but the white will then pretty much blend in with the background. Creepy crawl. Have I spelled that right? Creepy crawly, crawl, E. I don't think you need an E in there, do you? Creepy crawly. I might have to check that. I might need an E. Creepy crawly. I don't know, it just doesn't quite look right. Well, by the next episode I will check whether I've spelled that right or whether I need an E in there. I don't think I do. I really ought to know these things, but I don't. So there we go. Cool. Right, so lots still to do. Don't know what I'm going to do over here. Probably have some vegetation maybe just growing up here, and then sort of do the same here, some ivy or something just starting to grow up from down here up behind to cover this up a little bit, sort of make it blend in. It's a little bit too much in your face at the moment. And then obviously in here I need to decorate some of this stuff with some nice advertising and some lighting, and the roof and everything will get done separately as well. Oh yeah, this is fun. This is a really interesting little project. Thanks for suggesting. I think it was Gardening for Health and Wellbeing. I think you were the guys that suggested this this idea of having a little walk-through cave with the exhibit animals in. So thanks for that. It's a really good idea. I think that's going to look pretty cool there. Great. Okay, well I'm going to leave it there then for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, you could hit the like button for me. If you've got any ideas for more to do with this entrance, then please do let me know, although I may have recorded more of this before you see this episode. In fact, I can almost guarantee that I will have recorded some more of this. But you know me, if you suggest something good, I will go back and make changes. So please do keep the suggestions coming. Right, so let's leave it there. So thank you so much for joining me. I do hope to see you again very soon. Until then, take care and goodbye for now.